Hi everyone, this is Mr Neel Raithatha, also known as the Wax Whisperer. Thank you for joining me in my latest video. This is of a patient who had used a cotton swab, so in the UK we call them cotton buds, and they had inadvertently impacted this really hard crusted earwax and keratin directly on their eardrum. I must admit they did quite well to achieve that because they have got quite a bendy ear canal entrance and the ear canal is quite narrow, so there's no bruising on the side of the ear canal wall, so they directly managed to get in the centre of this wax and push it all the way up against the drum. You can see it's quite matted, and these can be quite tricky to remove. You could have, well, I could have used some olive oil spray just to lubricate this a bit, but I managed to do so, remove it without the use of any drops. And as you can see, what I'm doing, you can see the top part of the eardrum there, so the superior aspect, and I'm just trying to get into the anterior recess. So the anterior recess is a little alcove, a little hidden cave to the front of the eardrum. And quite often when patients use cotton buds, they impact the wax into the anterior recess. So by me targeting the anterior recess, trying to remove the wax from there, I can then manipulate the rest of the wax out of the ear. So I've actually removed it from the anterior recess, and now I'm just trying to lift it up out of the inferior recess. So near the base of the ear canal, adjacent to the eardrum, there's a little trench there, a divot in the ear canal. And again, wax similarly can get trapped in there when using cotton buds. So we can see the majority of the eardrum. We can see the superior half, so the northern hemisphere, if you like. And it's just the southern hemisphere here that's still got this really dry impacted wax and keratin. And I'm just trying to, again, lift it out of the inferior recess. There's a lot of skin adhesions there as well. But slowly but surely, we're just lifting this away. You can see it's tearing away from the side. And I think we can now see the whole eardrum. Yes, so the eardrum is fully visible, it's intact. We've just got some residual wax and dead skin just around the perimeter. I'm just going to go back in with a fine end suction probe now just to remove some of this. Got to be careful, this can clarinet. So when you're suctioning dead skin, one of the things we need to be wary about is that the skin can violently flap at the tip of the suction probe. And when it does so, it clarinets and it emits a very loud, high-frequency squeal. Not only is it very loud for the patient, it's also quite deafening for the specialist, so even I find it quite noisy externally. So we've got to be really careful because we don't want to expose the patient to unnecessary loud sound, because that can cause a temporary or permanent threshold shift, so a change in their hearing, either short-term or long-term. So just on the anterior canal wall. Again, so this is not a significant, what we call significant debris. It's not going to impact on their hearing, but as long as it's not clarineting, I'm happy to just see if I can remove it. When we're deeper in the ear, we're just going to be careful that we don't touch the bony part of the ear canal. So the inner 2/3 of the ear canal is the very sensitive region, whereas the outer third, the cartilaginous portion, it's slightly less sensitive. Because it's made up of cartilage and the skin's a lot thicker. The skin that lines the outer third of the ear canal's a millimetre, whereas the inner 2/3, it's less than 0.1 millimetres in thickness. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and you're keeping well and safe. And do stay tuned, I've got loads more videos to upload. And remember, be nice and be kind to each other. Thank you, bye.